Hello, my name is Jennifer Jiles-Davis. You may call me Miss Davis. I am your English 1010 instructor. Welcome to class. So I have enjoyed teaching English since 2001. I am passionate about teaching students the importance of our written language. My wish for you this semester is that you leave understanding more than you did when you came in about the nuances of grammar, mechanics, and word choice as they pertain to business writing or business correspondence in general. And that you understand how your skills in writing reflect on you and your company or organization. While none of you are English majors, I totally understand that. I've been teaching English 1010 for a number of years, and I know that many of you are welders, that you're cosmetologists, that you're LPNs. I understand that you may not really realize the importance of writing at first, but your ability to communicate, or your lack of ability to communicate, does reflect on you, and it will reflect on you and your company or organization in the future. So you're going to have to write business correspondence of some kind. Perhaps you're going to write a resume and cover letter, or perhaps you work for an employer who requires you to write business correspondence. Perhaps you will be writing as a nurse in your patient's charts, or you'll write notes to other medical professionals. Whatever you have to do in your career, there's going to be some portion of writing at some point. In some cases, your ability to communicate will impress a future employer who will give you the job interview and perhaps even the job for which you're applying. For some cases, lack of communication could cause you to miss an interview opportunity or cast an unprofessional light on your organization or company, or even result in poor patient care. Your writing skills are important. So you need the basic communication skills. I want you to approach this semester with a question. I want you to ask yourself, how can I apply this information to my future career? Now, my husband got his degree at WGTC, or his diploma at WGTC in automotives. And it is true that he does not write business letters every day. As a matter of fact, he was so fortunate while he was a student here at our school, he was able to get a job as an apprentice at the place where he currently works. And he received that appointment because his instructor was impressed with his work, and he had all A's. So he was able, in all of his classes, including English and math and psychology, so he was nominated to that apprenticeship, and he went interviewed for it, and he did receive the apprenticeship. He worked there, or apprenticed there, the last year of his education at WGTC, and then he went on to work full-time with that employer. And he's still working with that employer, and that's wonderful. But many of you will not have an apprenticeship that will allow you not to write a business letter, of like a cover letter or a resume. So you will have to be able to do that. Many of you will work in a field that will require you to write or communicate in general. So I can say that my husband does use what he learned in my class in English 1010 to communicate with people, with his customers, even today. So he doesn't have to write, but he still has to communicate. So this class is as much about communication as it is about the written communication. Now for this semester, the utmost importance is your communication with me. So please contact me if you have a question or a concern about class. Do not wait until the end of the semester and tell me, oh, I was having a hard time, the first part of the semester. I need you to let me know immediately if you're having a problem. Now, I write information in the syllabus and I create videos for you to read and to watch. So I need you, before you write an email all in a panic, I need you to make sure that you've read the syllabus, that you've read the weekly schedule, that you've watched any videos I provided for you, so that then you can ask an informed question. You'll know that, oh, Miss Davis didn't tell us this. I need to know what's going on, for example. Also, I need you to log into Blackboard several times a day and check the announcements and check your personal messages. Now, if you're savvy with technology and you have a smartphone, which most of you probably do, you can download the Blackboard app onto your phone. So every time I send out a message or an announcement, you'll receive an alert. Now, as a little final word of warning before I go, many students take online classes with the belief that these classes are much easier than traditional classroom classes. However, that's not true. These classes are much more challenging because while you do have due dates and you can kind of work at your own pace and study when you want to study as long as you turn in your work by that particular due date, if you lack self-discipline, internal motivation, time management skills to complete the work, you're going to find that online learning can be an Achilles heel. So I'm not trying to scare you from taking this class. I'm glad that you're here, and I hope that you truly enjoy online learning. It is flexible. However, I just want you to realize that this is not going to be an easy walk in the park. It really is going to be a challenging platform for you. And I want it to be challenging. I want you to not leave the class thinking that I knew all that already. I want it to be challenging, but I also want it to be accessible. And if you have a difficult time managing your time or motivating us to do your work, then you would want to take the class in the classroom. But if you have good skills in those areas, please go ahead and take my class online. And I wish you the best of luck. Take care of yourself and have a wonderful semester.